The universe has a cruel sense of humor. One stupid drunken bet. One cocky grin across a poker table. And now I'm handcuffed metaphorically. Not yet literalito, my best friend. Tyler. My punishment. Becoming his full-time bodyguard for the next 3 months. Funny thing is, Tyler doesn't even need a bodyguard. He's not famous. Not in debt. Not hunted by the mafia, at least not that I know of. But he's taking this whole thing way too seriously. Like I signed some contract in blood. He insists I follow him everywhere. The gym. The cafe. Even his grandma's Sunday brunch. And the worst part, he seems to love watching me squirm. I told myself I'd tough it out. Keep my head down. Count the days. Laugh about it later. But what I didn't expect was this. The longer I stayed by his side, the more I began to notice things I wasn't supposed to notice. Like the way he runs a hand through his hair when he's nervous. The way his smile softens when he thinks no one's looking. The way my chest tightens when he brushes past me too close. Too familiar. Too dangerous. Tyler and I have been best friends since high school. We survived heartbreaks. Bad breakups. The humiliating phase where I tried to grow a mustache and failed miserably. We were solid. Untouchable. Best friends don't fall in love with each other. That's the rule. And yet, as he leans against me in the crowded subway one evening, his shoulder pressing into mine like it belongs there, I realize something I can't laugh away. I'm in trouble. Relax, Tyler says with that infuriating grin of his, noticing the tension in my posture. You look like you're about to throw a punch. Maybe I am. I mutter, though my voice comes out weaker than I intend. He chuckles, low and warm, and I swear it slides right under my skin. Good thing I've got my bodyguard then. I roll my eyes, but inside, my pulse is a storm. This bet was supposed to be a joke. Now it feels like a trap one I walked straight into. Blind and willing. The days blur together in a haze of forced proximity. Tyler drags me to his basketball games. To late-night diner runs. To grocery shopping where he insists on picking out cereal brands like it's life or death. And everywhere we go, he acts like I belong there at his side. Like he's already decided something I haven't dared admit. One night, after too many hours guarding him from absolutely nothing, we end up sitting on his rooftop. City lights stretching out below us. The air is cool. And the silence is heavier than usual. Do you ever regret it? He asks suddenly. Regret what? Us. This. He gestures vaguely between us, like there's some invisible thread binding me to him. My throat tightens. What's there to regret? He studies me for a long moment, his eyes unreadable in the dark. Then, softer, you look at me differently now. My heart lurches. You're imagining things. But I'm lying, and we both know it, because his gaze lingers like a flame, and I can't bring myself to look away. By the second month, the lines between punishment and something else begin to blur. He starts touching me casually, an arm slung around my shoulder. A hand brushing mine when we walk. Fingers tapping against my wrist as if marking territory. It should annoy me. Instead, I find myself craving it. Replaying every touch in the quiet of my apartment when I should be sleeping. One afternoon, at a friend's party, things snap. Some guy tall, too confident gets a little too close to Tyler. Hand lingering on his back. Leaning in with that look in his eyes. And before I know it, I'm stepping in. Jaw tight. Voice sharper than I mean. Back off. I growl. Standing between them like I actually am his bodyguard. The guy raises his hands. Smirking. Easy. Man. Didn't know he was taken. Tyler's silence burns at my back. Taken. The word echoes like thunder. When the guy finally leaves, I turn, ready to apologize, to brush it off as me overreacting. But Tyler's staring at me like I just handed him the key to something he's been waiting for all along. You didn't have to do that, he says quietly. I know. I mutter. Then why did you? And suddenly, I don't have an answer. Not one I can say out loud. The silence stretches, heavy and dangerous, until Tyler steps closer. Too close. His hand brushes mine. Tentative but deliberate. You're terrible at hiding things. You know that. His voice is almost a whisper. I want to deny it. Laugh it off. But then his fingers curl around mine, grounding me, and all the excuses I've rehearsed vanish into the night air. That night, I dream of him, not as my best friend, not as some punishment I have to endure, but as something more. And when I wake, I know I've already lost far more than a bet. The rooftop confession should have been the breaking point. Instead, it became the start of something neither of us dared to name. After that night, things grew heavier, sharper, like every silence had teeth and every laugh had a secret underneath. I told myself I could handle it, that I could keep pretending. But then came the night that broke the walls completely. It was late, past midnight, and Tyler had dragged me to some rundown bar in Brooklyn because one of his college buddies was playing in a band. The music was loud, the lights dim, the air sticky with spilled beer. I stood near him the whole night, watching as people brushed past him, reached for him, smiled at him like he was theirs to take. And every time someone's hand lingered too long on his shoulder or his arm, my chest tightened until I could barely breathe. By the time we stumbled back onto the street, the city buzzing quietly around us, I couldn't hold it in anymore. You drive me insane. I blurted out, voice raw. Tyler froze, half a step ahead of me. Slowly, he turned, his eyes catching the faint glow of the streetlight. What? I swallowed hard. My pulse thundered. This whole thing. You dragging me around like I'm your shadow. The way you touch me. The way you look at me. I can't, my voice cracked. I can't keep pretending it doesn't mess me up. The silence that followed felt like an execution. But then Tyler stepped closer, closing the space between us until I could feel his breath against my cheek. You think you're the only one messed up here. His voice was quiet, trembling. You think I don't notice how you look at me, how you protect me like it's more than a bet. I opened my mouth, but no sound came. He leaned in, and for the first time, there was no joke in his smile, just truth. You're mine, he whispered. You always have been. And then he kissed me. It wasn't tentative. It wasn't careful. It was the kind of kiss that ripped every lie apart. Every denial I'd built brick by brick. His hands framed my face, pulling me in like he'd been waiting for this forever. And I let him, because somewhere deep down, I've been waiting too. When we finally pulled apart, I was shaking. He pressed his forehead to mine, breath uneven. You lost a bet, he murmured. But I'm the one who won. The weeks that followed were chaos and clarity all at once. We stumbled through the newness of secret touches in crowded places, lingering stares that turned my blood electric. At first, we tried to hide it, laughing it off as nothing, telling ourselves no one would notice. But best friends don't suddenly orbit each other like gravity. Best friends don't linger at each other's doors, too afraid to say goodnight. And one evening, when he showed up at my apartment with Chinese takeout and that stupid grin, I realized I didn't care who noticed anymore. We sat on the floor, cartons between us, laughing over some dumb memory from high school. And then, mid-laugh, he reached across the space and took my hand. No hesitation. No disguise. Just warmth. Steady and sure. Stay. He said softly, eyes locked on mine. Don't run anymore. For once, I didn't argue. The final test came sooner than I expected. Tyler's father, a man who never approved of our closeness even as kids, saw us one afternoon leaving Tyler's apartment together. His disapproval was written across his face in steel. Later that night, Tyler told me about the fight they had. He thinks I'm throwing my life away, Tyler said bitterly, pacing my living room. He thinks the Seuss is wrong. My stomach twisted. Maybe he's right. Maybe you'd be better off. Don't. He snapped, whirling on me. His eyes were blazing. Don't you dare say it. You think I care what he wants. You think I haven't already chosen. I swallowed hard, my chest aching. Tyler. He stepped closer, voice breaking. I'm not asking you to fix everything. I'm just asking you to stay. With me. Because for once, I don't want to fight this alone. And in that moment, every fear I'd carried, the bet, the friendship, the rules we weren't supposed to break burned away. I reached for him, pulling him into my arms, holding him like I finally understood what forever could feel like. I'm not going anywhere, I whispered. Not anymore. Months later, the bet was long over. But the joke between us remained his favorite reminder of how it all began. You were supposed to be my bodyguard, Tyler teased one sunny afternoon as we sprawled on his couch, his head resting comfortably against my chest. And you were supposed to let me quit after 3 months. I shot back, fingers threading lazily through his hair. He smirked without opening his eyes. Yeah, but I changed the rules. I laughed, pressing a kiss to his temple. Figures. The truth was, I didn't mind, because somewhere between the arguments, the laughter, and the kiss that changed everything, I'd stopped seeing it as a punishment. It wasn't about losing a bet anymore. It was about finding something worth never letting go. Tyler shifted closer, his hand curling into mine like it was the most natural thing in the world. And for the first time, I understood that sometimes losing is the only way you really win. And just like that, the universe's cruel joke turned into the greatest gift of my life. Not a bet. Not a punishment. Just us. Always us. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.